Tonight, a former soldier pleads guilty to murdering 3 women with a crossbow and a butcher's knife. Louise Hunt, her sister Hannah and their mother Carol were killed in their Hertfordshire home last year. Carl Clifford today admitted to their murders. Also tonight. 2 Met officers accused of lying at an inquest of a man who died after being restrained are cleared of misconduct. The family say they're now considering taking civil action.
We're extremely disappointed but unsurprised by today's outcome verdict, because it's happened in the past and it continues to happen in this system.
The shop owner, targeted twice in 24 hours by the same brazen thief, says the police are not doing enough to stop them. And we all need somebody to believe in us. Back at the O2, the world's biggest children's choir. Good evening. A man from Enfield who killed a mother and her 2 daughters in a frenzied attack last July has pleaded guilty to their murders. Sisters Louise and Hannah Hunt were both shot with a crossbow at their home in Hertfordshire, while their mother Carol was stabbed multiple times. The BBC commentator John Hunt, father and husband of the victims, has previously described the attacks as a horrid evil that has devastated the remaining family. The former soldier, Carl Clifford, today admitted to murdering all 3 women. Helen Keenan reports.
A mother and daughters murdered in a crossbow and knife attack. Carol Hunt and sisters Hannah and Louise. The man responsible, Louise's ex-boyfriend, Kyle Clifford, who today pleaded guilty to their murders. He attacked them at their family home in Bushey in July last year. Police and paramedics arrived to an awful scene. They'd been called by Hannah, who they found in the doorway. She had been shot with a crossbow. Inside was her younger sister Louise. She also had crossbow injuries and had been tied up with duct tape. Their 61-year-old mum stabbed multiple times with a 10-inch knife. Clifford was at the centre of a manhunt before he was found injured in a cemetery hours later in Enfield. Today, he was at the centre of a hearing into his crimes. Kyle Clifford appeared via video link here at Cambridge Crown Court, where he sat in front of the camera dressed in a red jumper and pleaded guilty to 3 counts of murder. He also pleaded guilty to the false imprisonment of Louise Hunt and possession of 2 offensive weapons, a crossbow and a knife. However, he pleaded not guilty to the rape of Louise Hunt, and he will face trial for that charge later this year. Carol was the wife of the BBC racing commentator John Hunt. He was also Hannah and Louise's dad. He and his 3rd daughter Amy have previously released a statement saying their devastation cannot be put into words. Clifford will go on trial at Cambridge Crown Court on the 3rd of March. Helen Keenan, ITV News.
Now, 2 Met officers have been cleared of misconduct following the death of Kevin Clark in 2018. The 35-year-old was restrained by officers in Lewisham during a mental health crisis and later died in hospital from a cardiac arrest. Kath O'Patter is with us now. Kath, this misconduct hearing was in relation to the inquest into Kevin's death, wasn't it?
That's right. And like you said, while Kevin was being restrained, he's thought to have said the words, "I can't breathe." That's what this entire case rested on, whether or not Kevin actually said those words and whether PC Barnes and PC McAleenan heard him say those words. Now, in 2020, there was an inquest into Kevin's death. PC Barnes and PC McAleenan both swore under oath that they never heard Kevin say he couldn't breathe. 11 jurors at the time concluded that it was highly likely that at least one officer present did hear Kevin say those words, which brings us to today's developments. The misconduct panel weren't able to ascertain what Kevin actually said. Most crucially, they ruled that on the balance of probabilities, PC Barnes and PC McAleenan did not hear Kevin say he could not breathe, and therefore they didn't lie at this inquest, and they were cleared of any misconduct. Obviously, this isn't the news that Kevin's family wanted, and they told me of their disappointments following today's decision.
We're extremely disappointed but unsurprised by today's outcome verdict, because it's happened in the past and it continues to happen in this system. So that goes to show that there's something wrong with this system. The system is broken and it's not fit for purpose.
Kevin's sister, Talisha, speaking there. Now, earlier this afternoon, the Met released the statements regarding this decision. They described the circumstances surrounding Kevin's death as fast-paced and challenging, but they have accepted that the death of Kevin Clark was a tragedy.
All right, Kath, thank you. Some other news now. Police are on the hunt for a man who they believe may have fled the country after allegedly murdering a vice president of Citibank. 43-year-old Marianne Kilonzi was found beaten to death in her flat in Woolwich on Friday. Detectives think Miss Kilonzi knew her attacker. Prince Harry has settled a monumental legal case against the publisher of The Sun. It was alleged News Group newspapers used unlawful techniques to pry on his private life, and executives covered it up. The Duke of Sussex has today received a payout believed to be between £10 and £20 million. And Emily Demari, the last Briton to be released from Hamas captivity this weekend, has made a special thanks to Tottenham Football Club. The lifelong Spurs fan thanked the club, along with its fans and players, for their unwavering support during her 15 months as a hostage, saying she was touched to hear people release yellow balloons during matches and tied yellow ribbons around the stadium. The owner of 2 luxury second-hand stores says the police aren't taking theft seriously enough after both of her shops were targeted by the same thieves in the space of 24 hours. The businesses in Cobham and Wimbledon had goods worth more than £17,000 taken, and despite staff feeling threatened, the incidents are being treated as shoplifting rather than robbery. Antoine Allen reports.
Barefaced shoplifting or organised crime. This CCTV footage shows a pair of thieves targeting women's luxury fashion shop, Phoenix Style. This footage from their Wimbledon store was captured less than 24 hours after allegedly the same thieves stole a bag from their Cobham store.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, when you think that it's the same 2 men that have come in the day later, you know that this is organised and targeted.
Shop owner Paige says the crime spree has cost her over £17,000 and she's had to increase her security after losing faith in the police response.
We don't have any protection. Even though we paid for the panic button to go off, the police didn't even turn up. So we've got 2 witnesses who saw the whole thing happen, who've come in and given their names and details. The police have not even followed that up. What am I paying my business rates for?
Surrey Police told ITV News targeting shoplifting is a priority, and last year they achieved a 4-fold increase in the number of charges for shoplifting county-wide. They go on to say that they visited the Cobham shop to take statements and are treating the incident as shoplifting, not armed robbery.
They came in, they were barricading the door, they came in with tools, with intent to cut through our security wires. It's just not shoplifting.
As of yet, the Metropolitan Police have not visited Paige's Wimbledon shop. They say the investigation is ongoing, but there have been no arrests at this stage. According to the Federation of Small Businesses, trust in the police is so low that only 20% of small businesses report a crime on their premises.
2/5 of small businesses don't report crime because they don't think there's going to be any action off the back of it. We have to give them the confidence in that area and make sure there's a full business crime strategy.
Paige's shop remains open, but like many other small businesses, their most expensive items are being locked away for safekeeping. Antoine Allen, ITV News.
Still to come on the programme. What is your dream? TikTok star Simon Squibb will be here to talk about putting people on the path to success. And
woke up this morning, smiled at the rising sun.
Do you recognise that beautiful voice? It's Strictly's lead singer, Tommy Blaze. He's at the O2 with the Young Voices, and we'll be hearing more of this very soon.
But first, legend met legacy today when a new state-of-the-art blood donor centre opened in South London. Dame Elizabeth Anyonwu was the first sickle cell nurse counsellor in the country, setting up a specialist centre in Brent in the 1970s. Today, she was honoured with a plaque at the opening of a facility in the heart of Brixton, where the NHS hopes to attract desperately needed black blood donors to help treat sickle cell patients. Carolyn Sim was there.
Hello, welcome to Brixton. How can I help you today?
A warm Brixton welcome greeted the first patients as they arrived to give blood.
It's a really important thing to do. Don't be scared. I mean, the people here are nice, they're friendly, and you get a free pay.
12,000 black Londoners are urgently needed to donate this year because they're more likely to have the blood type which is used to treat sickle cell disease. London has the highest number of cases in the country. Officially opening the new centre was Dame Elizabeth Anyonwu, who revolutionised the treatment of sickle cell disease. She became the UK's first specialist nurse in the late 1970s.
When I started out, there was stigma, a lot more stigma. There was a feeling that nobody wanted to hear what they had to say. That has really changed gradually, but it's changed.
The Be Positive choir were here to raise awareness. One member told us without regular transfusions, he would end up in hospital.
Having the transfusions means that I'm able to have a life. I'm able to actually have a job. I've been told I will die more times than I can care to mention. And it literally keeps me alive, and it means that also the amount of pain that I'm in all the time is hopefully a much lower level.
We bumped into Orrin Lewis, whose son Daniel became the first black person in Britain to receive a stem cell transplant. Orrin is about to give blood for the 60th time.
For me, it's a case of giving back. I always gave blood for my son to survive for as long as he did, and now it's for me to do likewise for others, people who I can't see, but they're out there who need help.
Local people helped to design the centre, making it a warm and welcoming place where people can come together and do something that will really make a difference. Carolyn Sim, ITV News, Brixton.
Now, from leaving home at just 15 to becoming a business partner with Sir Richard Branson, my guest tonight wants to encourage us to follow our dreams.
Do you guys have a dream?
She has a dream.
You have a dream?
I do have a dream.
What is it?
I want to be a singer.
Do you have a dream?
Yeah?
What is it?
Oh, to be a fashion designer.
Excuse me, do you have a dream?
I've got a football podcast actually.
What's your dream?
Be a pilot.
Be a pilot, okay, well let's do it.
Well, maybe you've been stopped on a London street by Simon Squibb. With almost 10 million followers on social media, he shares stories of aspiring business owners to help out others, and now hopes his new book, What's Your Dream, will help even more people. I'm very pleased to say Simon joins us now. Hi, Simon.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thank you.
It's great to have you here. I could say you're living the dream already, but we'll get to that, won't we?
Yeah.
What's the idea? How did it all start?
Well, I guess, you know, I started my first business at 15 years old, and I found it really hard and I really struggled. And now I'm in a position in life where I've gained all this knowledge over the last 30 years of building businesses, and I want to help people do what they love.
Yeah,
and
you're sharing
this is how I'm doing it.
So the book is here. Here it is. What's Your Dream? There you go. Lovely plug you there, Simon. But you say in the foreword of it, actually, that, you know, you offer your help to people who want your help, right? So some people, they're perfectly happy.
Yes, I say this in the opening of the book. If you're happy with your life, don't read my book. But if you feel there's more, if you feel like maybe school didn't give you everything that you need to have a better life, then do think about reading this book. I think people don't realise their potential. They don't realise that they can own their time, and I just want to make sure people have the knowledge to at least have informed consent, whether or not they work for someone else or can and should work for themselves.
It's interesting as well, because not only have you set up, as you say, dozens of businesses, you have, in some circumstances, you've actually helped people pursue their dreams, quite literally. Let's just play a little clip here.
What business would you do?
A pastry shop.
Oh, lovely. If you cook me and my team some pastries, and I like them, I'll fund your shop.
Big question here, Simon. Did you like the pastries? Did you help fund the shop?
I did, and her pastries are amazing. If anyone goes to Hong Kong, you've got to go and try Daisy's pastries.
Wow.
I literally think about them every single day,
Yeah.
and she just loves her work. You can tell she's good at what she does. She puts so much love into it. It's her dream to make those cakes.
Yeah.
I just helped her think about the business model, because that's the thing. If you have a passion, sometimes you don't realise you can actually do it full-time, even a hobby. You just need a business model behind it. And again, that's what I try to explain in my book.
I mean, yeah, a lot of it on the streets of London, but you're all around the world. But I'm going to take you back to Twickenham, though, because you bought a stairwell in Twickenham.
Yeah, this was headlines, actually. There was a staircase that came up for sale.
Yeah.
I actually don't think... my personal belief is that I don't like property investment. I think it's actually not a good business.
Oh,
but
okay,
I know it's controversial. But I wanted to buy the staircase as symbolism. It's a staircase to nowhere. It's literally 5 stories high, encased in glass. And I thought, I want to show people that anything's possible step by step. So what better way to do that than to buy a staircase? And then we stuck a doorbell on the bottom of it, and we said, if you've got a dream, go there and press it, pitch your dream, and I'll upload it so all my followers can hear it.
Wow, goodness sweet. Now, one of your, you could say is a follower, I suppose, Sir Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty special working with him. How did that
Very
happen?
special for me. When I was 15 years old and I was being teased because I was an entrepreneur, Richard Branson was the only person I could explain, that's what I'm doing, I'm like Richard Branson. So I actually got less teased for being an entrepreneur when I was young, thanks to him, and he's been my hero my whole career. And so when his team reached out and we said, let's work together, it's just been a dream. And now he's helping people who ring the doorbell.
But Simon, a lot of people watching are going to say, you know what, it's all very well saying follow your dreams and the rest of it, but a lot of it depends on circumstances, right? You can't just suddenly quit your job and just hope for the best, right? You have to have a plan in order.
Yeah, well, somewhat yes. Although I think one of the things I tried to help in the book explain is that we have a lot of self-sabotage. A lot of people think they can't start a business unless you've got money. My experience in the last 35 years, if you've got no money, you've got nothing to lose.
Okay.
In fact, I started nearly all my successful businesses with no money. And if you look at businesses that raise a lot of money, like WeWorks, they raise too much.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have no money, you have a competitive advantage. I started all my successful businesses with no money.
All right, well, listen, anyone watching, though, just bit of caution. Don't quit your job just yet. But Simon, you really are living the dream. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, it's an annual event that's seen more than 2 million youngsters join together for the biggest children's choir concerts in the world, and it's back at the O2. Young Voices is celebrating its 29th anniversary with 33 arena shows, 8 of them here in the capital. Choir members from Colindale Primary School caught up with Sally during rehearsals.
This is not a gig for the faint-hearted. If you want to know what 8,000 kids sound like, listen to this. Young Voices is the biggest children's choir concert in the world, and it's back at the O2.
I've got my whole crew there sitting about. That's your crew, yeah, that's my crew! My crew!
Kids from primary schools like Colindale in London have come together to sing their hearts out. Joining them this year is Strictly Come Dancing's lead singer, Tommy Blaze.
No woman, no cry.
He was recommended to do the show by the singer Heather Small.
No woman, no cry.
I rung Heather, said, what's all this about? What's Young Voices about? She went, oh, Tommy, you've got to do it. It's the most gratifying thing.
Young voices, let me hear you say.
I'm more excited about singing with them than I think they are singing with me, you know.
I mean, that's an amazing backing choir, isn't it?
Just
Biggest
a bit,
ever?
Just a bit, yeah.
Now, have you heard of the O2's very exclusive 21 Club? It's where, like Prince, you get a key if you've done more than 21 shows here. Only 8 other artists have, and the Young Voices are one of them. This is their 82nd show. Do you get artists now coming to you saying, please, can I do Young Voices?
We do, and I think it's really nice, and I think it's one of those things where if you're an artist, the chances that you've sung with 9,000 children is
pretty small.
It's pretty small, so we offer something that is really unique.
Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm excited!
Woo!
My first time was last year. I was nervous, but now I'm excited and feeling amazing.
How do you find the noise? Pretty good. I really like it.
I'll be your friend.
Ultimately, all these kids will have played the O2 before turning 12. That's definitely something to sing from the rafters.
Oh, Sally, I bet you were in a youth choir. I know it. I just know it.
No.
Oh,
yes,
come
I
on.
was. Literally from the day I was born, I was in a choir. So many choirs. Do love a choir. Quite like singing the solo.
You do like to sing something, don't
but
you?
didn't often get it.
Listen, tell me about this weather, because it's so grim and it's so miserable. Is it ever changing? I know it's January.
Oh no, it's going downhill.
Oh,
Getting
great.
worse.
Great.
But don't worry, we can do it with a smile. Yeah, we've got some rain heading in tomorrow, turning blustery, and then we've got a weather warning in place for Friday. It's Friday morning, overnight Thursday into Friday morning when you wake up. That's when we're going to have the strongest of the winds from Storm Eowyn heading our way. Let's take a little look. Here we go.
ITV London weekday weather is sponsored by Octopus, the renewable energy company.
Hello again. I hope you had a lovely day. Look at this beautiful picture of this coot emerging from the fog. Our weather is all going a bit downhill over the next few days. Tomorrow we've got a wet and blustery spell in the middle part of the day. Into Friday you will wake up to some very strong winds and some rain as well as Storm Eowyn moves through. And then by Saturday a little bit calmer, but goes downhill later again on Sunday. So we'll keep an eye on that and we'll keep you posted. For the rest of this evening, though, not too bad. We're going to see some breaks in that cloud overnight, and so that will just allow those temperatures to drop down, possibly a bit of frost here or there first thing tomorrow morning. And again, a risk of a bit of mist and fog as well. So we're down to low single figures. Another cool start tomorrow morning. The best of any brightness possibly first thing, but pretty quickly we get cloud moving in from the west and then the rain coming with it. So a grotty middle part of the day, some strong gusts as it comes through as well. But the good news is you can see it does clear off and it brightens up behind it. Maybe a shower here or there, but you might get some sunshine as well. Highs of 7 to 8, a touch up on today, but those conditions aren't great for certainly part of the day. Now, as we go into the evening, we've got some clear spells for a time, but overnight we're going to see more cloud and then those winds picking up. And you can see this here. Storm Eowyn heads our way. Probably the peak of it for us at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning in terms of winds. 60 to 70 mile per hour gusts are possible. Hence, we've got a warning in place, a wind warning in place there, and also that rain as well. But as I said, improving gradually as the day goes on. Better for Saturday, but we're watching out for later on Sunday. That's it. Take care. Cheerio.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Thank you, Sally. That is it from us. The evening news is next with Mary, but from all of us on the London team, bye-bye. Have a great evening.